Yeah, this is a very crazy situation. Just don't even really know what to say about this. I'm kind of in shock.
When startup founder Lauren Humphrey first got word that Silicon Valley Bank was in dire trouble, she panicked.
The advice was going from, hey, get maybe some money out, to like, get it all out. Don't be a company that loses its money. Yeah, I'm still not seeing anything.
She runs a platform called The Mintable, which provides training tools for managers.
I think that's all we can do is just assume the best.
The startup had recently raised $6.8 million and roughly 80% was in a Silicon Valley bank account.
I think over the course of an hour, our panic started to rise about kind of the level of seriousness and the probability that the bank was actually going to collapse.
Across the Pacific Ocean, founders of another startup were also facing uncertainty. Rory Garton-Smith and Harry Dixon operate online shopping app Checkmate from Los Angeles. The Perth duo said they'd raised over $7 million, all sitting in an SVB account.
It's scary when you realise how fragile things are.
He says the Twitter frenzy caused them to pull their money out.
That really, a bunch of group chats texting each other can cripple one of the USA's top 20 largest financial institutions overnight. It's pretty alarming.
It just shows how these banks, just how mismanaged they were. And ultimately, there's usually not just one cockroach, there's more than one. It's going to cause some darker days ahead on the startup, on the VC side. And I believe you're going to see ultimately accelerated M&A.
Silicon Valley Bank collapsed. US regulators stepped in to protect deposits. So for now, both these Aussie companies feel their money is safe. But Andrea Gardiner, who's an early-stage investor in Australian startups, says the impact on the tech sector will be long-lasting.
Investors will want to see the companies with more capital to create more runway to sort of mitigate the risk of running out of capital and dying, in which case everybody loses, including the investors.
What will happen to the US banking system? It was quite odd in the end, but no, all good.
The partner of another venture capital firm said the 72 hours leading to SVB's collapse were like being in an emergency room.
Saturday morning, I ended up working all through. We left late because it was just chaos. So the first triage was for the companies that can't meet payroll, how can we help them? Loading up messages one by one, calling people.
Blackbird's investment portfolio includes 107 companies in the US, UK and Australia. About 1/3 have SVB accounts, some with millions of dollars. Nick Crocker says startups are now having to go to big investment banks that have stepped in to take SVB's place.
There's no change to their ability to go and secure funding. There is a change in their ability to have a great relationship with their bank, or at least a great experience with their bank, who might not be as used to banking startups.
The collapse of SVB and other US banks has sent the industry into a crisis. We've also seen Credit Suisse rescued by rival UBS in a government-backed deal. While there's a chance Australia could go into a recession if the US does, economists say this isn't like the global financial crisis.
Why I'm not panicked, I don't see this as the GFC 2.0, is I don't see a systemic solvency problem. I hope I keep being right about that.
Ms. Humphrey doesn't want to imagine economic Armageddon, but is preparing for the impact it could have on her business.
The bigger the recession, the bigger the downturn, the more affected we all are. And so there's sort of a domino effect.
A domino effect that could take time to play out.